But we can actually show that Islam is actually polytheistic in its core.
But Islam is definitely not idolatry. Muslims worship one God, absolutely worship one God. There are Christians who make claims about Islam that they worship moon gods. That's absolute nonsense. There are Christians who make claims about Islam that they worship moon gods.
Allah must have referred to the moon god.
That's absolute nonsense.
But we can actually show that Islam is actually polytheistic in its core.
Muslims worship one God. They're very clear about that in Surah 2, 163. It's very clearly outlined in the Quran that there is no else, just one God. And therefore, Islam has a unique status in that they are not idol worshippers at all. They worship one God. Christianity is complete idolatry. Now, when I say Christianity, to be clear, there are some Christian denominations, and there are probably over 1,000 Christian denominations. Christianity is by far the most variegated religion in the world. The majority of Christians in the world, the vast majority of the Christians in the world, worship a man as a god of a distinct person from the Father. That's very important. And they believe in what is called the doctrine of the Trinity, which was really a self-inflicted wound with the church brought upon itself, a wound from which they never recovered. So therefore Christianity is absolute idolatry because, and in fact in many ways it's the worst form of idolatry, because Christians genuinely worship the God, the Father. They worship the Father as a God, as the creator of the universe, but in addition to him, they worship Jesus. Now it's very important. Almost all Trinitarians worship Jesus as a distinct person from the Father. So that means they have a husband, God, but they have on the side somebody else who they pray through, who they pray to, and therefore it's complete idolatry. So therefore, that's why if you look at the Ten Commandments, the sin of this kind of what's called a partnership of God and someone with God is a commandment which the Torah warns us even before worshiping stones. The Ten Commandments in Exodus 20 begin, I am the Lord your God who took you out of Egypt from the house of bondage. Lo yihye lecha Elohim achem al panai. You shall have no other gods upon my face. And this is what Elijah was facing in 1 Kings 18. Jews who, they worship Baal. But it's very clear they also worship God, the God of Israel. They worship both. And Elijah asked them, how long are you going to try to have both? This is the worst thing. So,